Hello students. I Professor Sundeep Naik would like to welcome you all to this session on larder or Garde Manger. Today we are going to learn about 1. Functions of larder department. 2. Duties and responsibilities of larder chef. 3. Common terms used in larder department. 4. Specific essential tools and equipment in the larder. Introduction. Larder is an English term that literally means a room or a large cupboard for storing food. A larder is a cool area for storing food prior to use. Originally, it was where raw meat was larded or covered with fat for preservation. In the Northern Hemisphere, most houses would be arranged to have their larders and kitchens on the north or west side of the house. Garde Manger is a French word which means keeper of the food or station of eatery. Departments at larder: appetizer or hors d'oeuvre section. All cold appetizers and the soups on the menu are prepared in this section. Salad and dressings section. Various salads for restaurants, buffet and banquets are prepared here. Butchery. All meat, poultry and fish raw material is processed, marinated and supplied to all kitchen departments as per their requirement. Cold buffet. Charcuterie products, canapés, edible and non-edible displays, cold meat platters, etc. are prepared in this section. Functions of the larder department. The cold larder or the garde manger is set aside for the storage of perishable foods, both raw and cooked. Butchery. Fabrication of foodstuffs such as meat, fish, poultry and game is done marinated and is made ready for cooking. Cold food equals all cold items found on the menu such as hors d'oeuvre, cold fish or meat dishes, cold sauces, sandwiches, salads and garnishes. Edible and non-edible displays like wax carving, butter sculptures, isosceles etc. Products prepared or processed at larder: butchery, including the fishmongery and decalage. Marinated products. Salads, canapés and sandwiches. Pickled products, vegetables, fruit, fish and meats. Brines, cures, smoked products. Cold soups and sauces. Appetizers and hors d'oeuvres. Force meat products, pâté, galantine, terrine, sausage, quenelle, etc. Gelatin products, aspic, mousse, aspic jelly coating, glaze, chaudfroid, etc. Cold fish and meat, roasted, poached. Piece monte, centerpiece, ice carving, tallow, butter sculpture, salt dough, vegetable and fruit carving. Specialty items, cheeses, caviar, foie gras, etc. Fruit baskets and food garnishes. Planning of larder. For all the functions of larder to be effectively carried out, it is essential that the larder room should be separate from the kitchen and located in a cool place. At the same time, it must be close to the kitchen to avoid undue running about between the two departments which are closely interrelated. Butchery and cold foods kitchen should be well demarcated and separated from each other. It should be well lit, airy, well ventilated, and sufficiently spacious to allow the staff to carry out their duties in a clean and efficient manner. It must be equipped with the necessary fittings, plant, machinery and tools, in accordance with the volume of trade of the catering establishment in which it is situated. Separate walk-ins, refrigerators and workstations should be provided for different meats to avoid chances of food contamination. Provision for color-coded knives and cutting boards for vegetables, meats, poultry, fish, etc. should be done. Provision for proportionate numbers of hand wash sinks should be done with respect to the staff working. The layout of butchery should have provisions for enough working table, refrigeration units, walk-in coolers, deep freezers etc. and should have equipment like gravity slicer, buffalo chopper, bone saw machine, pulverizing machine, etc. in one line. Butchery should have enough number of hand wash sink and utility sink. It should be well lit, air-conditioned. Walls should be made of either steel or ceramic tiles. Flooring should be made of non-slippery and easy-to-clean material. The Garde Manger section layout should have enough working tables for banquet functions, fruit cutting and carving, canapé, salads, etc. It should also have storage provision of deep freezer, walk-in cooler, refrigerators, cupboards, racks, shelves etc. Equipment like vegetable juicer, bread slicer, gravity slicer, robot coupe, mixture, should be there. Appropriate number of utility and hand wash sinks should be provided. It should be well lit, air-conditioned with steel or ceramic walls and non-slippery and easy-to-clean flooring. Hierarchy of Garde Manger Department. The department is headed by Chef Larder or Chef Garde Manger. He is followed by Butchery Chef, hors d'oeuvre chef and salader chef. The Butchery Chef is followed by Butcher, Poissonnier, Voliere, and Charcutier. All these cooks and assisted by commis. Duties and responsibilities of Larder Chef. He reports to the executive chef for the efficient running of his department. He is also responsible for coordination between his staff and has to make sure that they have understood the work required from them. He is also required to coordinate with the other departments like the kitchen and the bakery. He is responsible for the training and discipline of the larder staff and for the proper coordination of their work. Chef is also responsible for the scheduling and duty rotas of the larder staff. He has to keep a track of the foodstuffs in the department, some of which may be stored in the refrigerators of deep freezers or preserved by other means. He should keep a record of all such foodstuffs and a day-to-day record of issues to kitchen or other departments. He must study the menu in advance, so as to be able to order meat, fish etc. in time so as to be kept ready to be issued to the kitchen on time, and also various larder products such as salads, hors d'oeuvre, sauces, buffets etc. He is responsible for the efficient storage of food and to avoid deterioration and wastage. He is responsible for the cleanliness and hygiene in the department. He should take efforts to avoid danger of contamination and possible food poisoning. Larder control. If the larder is to be run effectively, efficiently and economically, it is essential that the chef Garde Manger exercise strict control over the foodstuff received and stored in the department. This will involve 1. Checking the quality and quantity of all food received in the department. 2. Ensuring that all foodstuff is stored at the right temperature and that they can easily be checked. 3. That the food is protected from contamination by vermin. 4. That portion control is ensured. 5. That stock is regularly turned over. 6. That food is not overstocked. 7. A simple daily stock sheet to be maintained by each sub-department. 8. Every possible effort is made to ensure the highest standard of hygiene. 9. Pilferage is discouraged and controlled. A simple control system should be installed to keep a check. It should be simple to use, otherwise at busy periods it will be ignored and this will itself defeat the purpose of control. Equipments used in larder department. 1. Refrigerators and deep freezers. These enable perishable food to be stored at low temperature and thus prevent deterioration of food by retarding the growth of harmful bacteria. The temperature range of a refrigerator should be constant between 2–3 degrees Celsius and of a deep freezer should be below -18 degrees Celsius. 2. Mincing machines or pulverizing machine. It is used for mincing of meat for sausages, meatloafs, galantine, farce etc. 3. Bowl cutters. It will mix as well as chop the foodstuffs and is particularly useful for sausage meats. It can be used for crumbing fresh, crustless bread into white bread crumbs. It can also be used for chopping vegetables. 4. Slicing machines or gravity slicer. This machine is used for cutting slices of cooked meats such as ham, tongue or any other joint which must naturally be boneless. It is also used for cutting bacon or gammon. A calibrated scale is fitted to determine the thickness of the slice. 5. Scales and weighing machines. Available in various capacities depending upon the purpose. They are used for weighing joints of meats. 6. Griller, toaster, salamanders. It is used principally for toasting bread, making savories and canapés, and for grilling sausages. 7. Bucker's block. It is used for all butchery work like dissecting, jointing and cutting meat, breaking and chopping bones. It is normally made of wood. 8. Steel tables are used as workstations for cutting foodstuffs. Never the foodstuff should be cut directly on them. Instead of that, chopping boards should be used. Other larder tools: serving spoons and ladles, sieves, colanders, conical strainers, meat pressers, pie molds, whisks, egg slicers, steel basins, graters, hammer, chisels, carving kit, knives. Common terms used in the larder and larder control: aging, holding meats in coolers under controlled conditions to allow natural tenderizing to take place. AP required, as purchased amount necessary to yield the desired EP weight. AP required is computed as EP required divided by yield percentage. Antipasto, Italian hors d'oeuvre. Beginning inventory, the dollar value of all products on hand at the beginning of the accounting period. This amount is determined by completing a physical inventory. Bin card, an index card with both additions to and deletions from inventory of a given product. To facilitate its use, the card is usually affixed to the shelf that holds the given item. Used in a perpetual inventory system. Canapé, an hors d'oeuvre consisting of a small piece of bread or toast, often cut in decorative shape, garnished with savory spread or topping. Carpaccio, very thin slices of meat or fish, served raw. Carry over, a menu item prepared for sale during a meal period but carried over for use in a different meals period. Casing, a synthetic or natural membrane used to enclose sausage forcemeat. Caul, a fatty membrane that covers the stomach of a pig, used for wrapping meat for cooking and for lining terrines. Chitterlings, pork intestines. Cullis, a vegetable or fruit puree, used as a sauce. Crepinette, a sausage patty wrapped in caul. Crudites, a raw vegetable served as a relish. Daily inventory sheet, a form that lists the items in storage, the unit of purchase, and the par value. It also contains the following columns: on hand, special order, and order amount. Edible portion, EP. This term refers to the weight or count of a product after it has been trimmed, cooked, and portioned. Ending inventory, the dollar value of all products on hand at the end of the accounting period. This amount is determined by completing a physical inventory. First in, first out, FIFO, term used to describe a method of storage in which the operator intends to sell his or her oldest product before selling the most recently delivered product. Force meat, a mixture of chopped or ground meat and other ingredients used for pates, sausages and other preparations. Garniture, garnish, the act or process of garnishing. Inventory turnover, the number of times the total value of inventory has been purchased and replaced in an accounting period. Lard, the rendered fat of hogs, to insert strips of fat into meat slow and marbling. Last in, first out, LIFO, term used to describe a method of storage in which the operator intends to sell his or her most recently delivered product before selling the older product. Par level, a system of determining the purchase point by using management-established minimum and maximum allowable inventory levels for a given inventory item. Requisition, when a food or beverage product is requested from storage by an employee for use in an operation. Shelf life, the period of time an ingredient or menu item maintains its freshness, flavor, and quality. Tripe, the muscular stomach lining of beef or other meat animals. Waste percentage, this formula is defined as product loss divided by AP weight and refers to product lost in the preparation process. Working stock, the quantity of goods from inventory reasonably expected to be used between deliveries. Yield percentage, this formula is defined as 1 minus waste percentage and refers to the amount of product available for use by the operator after all preparation-related losses have been taken into account. Yield test, a procedure used to determine actual EP ingredient costs. It is used to help establish actual costs on a product that will experience weight or volume loss in preparation. Thank you and wish you all the best.